Hi, my name is Ken Spector from livingecho.com, and we're here today with Dave Harvey, and he is a technician with Brammo Inc. And Brammo Inc. manufactures the Enertia motorcycle, all-electric motorcycle, is it?
That's correct.
Yes. So can you tell me a little bit about the Enertia?
Sure, it's a 100% electric motorcycle. It will range about 40 to 45 miles at about 55 miles an hour. Primarily designed as a commuter bike, so for the businessman that lives within a 40 to 45 mile range, go to work in the morning, he's not stuck in traffic, plug it in when he gets there. It takes a regular 110 voltage plug, and then that way, obviously, by the time he's ready to go for lunch or go home, it's charged, ready to go.
So how long does it take to fully charge the Enertia?
2.5 hours from totally dead. If it's 50 to 75%, probably about an hour.
Is there a 220 volt charger as well as a 110? Or?
It isn't. They've gone through different testing to see which system works best, and at the moment it's just a straight 110.
So what is the CC equivalent of the bike in terms of power?
CC equivalent would probably be around a 250 cc, like a Ninja or a CB250. It's about 29 horsepower. So.
And what is the bike made out of? Are there any sustainable or recyclable materials, or any parts made of recycled materials?
Yeah, all of the bodywork is either a combination of recycled and new, or it's just straight recycled body parts, so plastic and everything else that you would have, plastic bottles. So it's a lot of green products have gone into doing this. So.
As far as maintenance goes versus a traditional motorcycle powered by a gasoline engine, what type of maintenance issues are you seeing in these?
Chain adjustments, tires, brakes. I mean, that's pretty much all you're going to have to deal with on a regular combustion engine. You have valve adjustments, oil changes, everything else, air filters. None of that applies. So literally the only things, chain adjustment every 200 to 300 miles, brakes probably every 4,000 to 5,000 miles, tires probably around the same, maybe a little longer depending on how you ride.
So what is the top speed of the Enertia?
Top speed is around 60 miles an hour. The best kind of speed for it is around 50 to 55.
So it's more or less a city bike.
City bike, I mean, you could take it on the freeway, but I wouldn't probably recommend it for long distances, but definitely a city bike would be its best point.
Okay. So in 0 to 60, how fast does it accelerate?
Really haven't tested that out. Good question. Don't know.
So Dave, what would you as a technician ask another electric motorcycle company about their bikes? What do you know that maybe we should know if we're looking for a good solid electric bike?
How it's set up, basically. I mean, you need to know the way the batteries are set up. You need to know how long you're going to have the battery life for, what type of power the motor is going to put out. The best thing you need to know, a lot of companies may turn around and put the motor at a higher kilowatt output and just try and get the maximum power out of it. The battery system on this is running about 3.5 kilowatts. The continuous usage power for the motor before it even starts getting strained is 7 kilowatts. Peak power is 10 kilowatts. So we're not even touching the life of the engine yet. So obviously the companies that may want to turn around and get a faster bike is going to sacrifice engine life. It's like having an inline 4 car against a V6. The inline 4 and V6 will do the same thing, but you have to work the inline 4 more to get it there. And it's the same with an electric motor. The more power you put into it, the less life it's going to have. So we've put the less amount of power we need to put in there to get the best results. So.
And what is the lifespan of the motor?
We haven't reached that yet. I mean, we're not tapping anywhere near its potential, so the bike's going to turn around and be obsolete in 30 years' time before the motor needs to be replaced. So let's put it this way. We're hoping in 30 years' time, you can go on Craigslist and be picking up a perfectly working version. So,
how much is the Enertia going for?
Itself is $11,995. Obviously, as it's an all-electric vehicle, there is a 10% federal tax credit. So that's going to bring the price down some. But definitely as production increases, the parts themselves, who knows in the future, could bring the price down.
Is this available today?
Not today in California. It is available in Oregon at the moment for sale. We will be launching at the El Segundo Best Buy store on October the 18th. So obviously, as long as you have a motorcycle license, you can actually come down and test ride it too.
Now, obviously, the electric motorcycles don't have any gears.
That's correct.
So it's just a continuous motion.
It's continuous motion. Basically, the more you twist the throttle, the more power is supplied to the engine, the faster you're going to go. So it's there is no transmission, no gears. It's a straight feed from the electric motor to the drive chain. Makes it a lot more simpler. You have no clutch. So anybody that hasn't ridden a motorcycle, because of the fact of a clutch and gear shifting, makes it a lot more simple for them. So
How is the battery efficiency on this?
very efficient. I mean, we haven't run into problems yet, and expected life on it is between 30 to 35,000 miles before battery even needs to be replaced.
Okay, and approximately how much is the battery going to cost to be replaced? Have they figured out those figures yet?
I don't have numbers for that, no. But by the time that you would actually need to replace them, I'm sure it's not going to be any more expensive than a regular battery that you buy today. The dashboard itself will give you charging status, will give you remaining charge, estimated miles left before you run out of charge. You'll have your speed. It'll actually give you a lot more features on there when it's actually running. Obviously, this one, we don't have the power set up to it. The key's in the van, but we do have one outside that is actually being operated today. But it will give you, obviously, a full display of information that keeps you actually aware of what's going on with the bike.
So, are there any reasons why someone out there might not want to purchase an Enertia?
Probably if they want to actually stay stuck in traffic and they want to pay a lot of money for gasoline, if they want to turn around and spend a lot of money on maintenance and don't want to have fun, then yeah, I'd probably say don't buy the Enertia. But if you want to save money, you want to have fun out there, and literally a 40-minute, 50-minute trip that's going to take you in the car, it's going to be a lot less. And obviously California's moving more green, so the carpool lanes, motorcycle friendly. So if you do go on the freeway, you're going to have that option there to run in the carpool lanes. City streets, again, a lot quicker, a lot easier. So yeah, if you've got time to waste and you want to spend more money, don't buy an electric bicycle. If you do, this is the way that we're going.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Dave. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Take care.
Pleasure.
Bye-bye.
You too.